Oh shit, we're back. I just been nodding off. If you just started watching this shit, I've been like, let's go. I'm just watching that shit back. But yeah, let's see how this. There we go. All right. So if we're gonna do election host coverage, we're gonna have to start by like looking and showing at what it is that makes me think that this is a hoax. Okay. And since I'm, doing a stream, we gotta keep the flow of information going. So one thing we can do is we can actively reply to people on Twitter and see what they have to say. And we can go use that information to kind of understand where people are thinking and how people are thinking. But as you can see, like I'm commenting and people are conversing. So it's good to have a conversation because now we can know what is going to happen collectively. We can learn together. And if we kind of dismiss information and just and don't look into core, what it really means and how things are, then we could delude ourselves into things like an entire election hoax, a spring election that's supposedly coming, but that's never coming, that everybody knows is coming, everybody agrees is coming, but come to the meat of it, come 3 days from now, 4 days, 6 days from now, whatever, by the end of this month, we're going to know without a doubt, no election. So, well, let's look at what the conversation is recently on Twitter. So I asked this guy here, I like to talk to liberals or comment on people talking about Jagmeet Singh. I also comment on people talking about Mark Carney and the liberals, the election. And I just you can look, I got all kind of different search terms to see like what people are searching. It's not like I'm, seeing deeper, but if you go to the latest section on these, you can see what people are saying pretty much in real time. So you get a good idea of what what is happening in the moment. And I don't know any other platform where you can do that. So great place to start. So this guy said, if Jagmeet Singh doesn't vote on a confidence vote, the election is going to happen at the latest later this year. Even if he doesn't, the libs might call one early because they think they're going to win. So this guy says they have a chance of winning. Anything can happen, but I doubt it. So I don't personally, I think chance of winning, like you have to look at it subjectively, right? Because you could be a 2% chance candidate. Like you could be Christopher Freeland. Christopher Freeland has a chance of possibly becoming the leader, right? She has a chance, but let's look at it like realistically. Does she realistically have a chance of becoming the liberal leader? If we're trying to bet on it, like if we're given 50-50 odds, okay, are we really gonna still bet on it as if it's 50-50 if we know that there's only a 2% chance? No. So you have to look at it subjectively. And I think that in this case, the liberals have a chance of winning another government. There is a chance, okay? But I think the chance of that just generally happening is such a low possibility and margin and chance. I will show you what the polls are saying, and I will show you that how the polls are skewed. I don't know if it's real or not, but the polls say very different stories, which tells me that something very strange is going on. So I'm going to switch the screen here. I'm going to figure out how to. I'll do it one way or another. There you go. Oh, shit. All right, let's make it bigger. And I think there's a way for me to set it up so we can do like a presentation mode. Here we go. Got it. What is going on here? Okay. It didn't make it bigger, but it's fine. So we're looking at we're looking at 338 Canada here. So this is like, I would say, I used to say this was the best place to go and get your information. I would say this is still a really good and very reliable source to get the most everybody's opinion all in one kind of place to go. The problem is that this website, 338 Canada, the way they do their polling outside of an election campaign is they only update once a week every Sunday. And so I don't know what their methodology is for how they weigh the polls, this and that. But when they're only doing it once a week, you only get a glimpse of what's going on every once in a while. And so people who just pull up to this website, right, who are looking at this and seeing, 338 Canada, it looks like, the Liberals could get some seats and the NDP is still sort of polling okay. I don't look 14 seats for the NDP. If there is an election, okay, and the NDP has backtracked and we go into an election, they can't repair that. And that's again one other reason why I think that there's no way we'll have an election, is that why would Jagmeet Singh backtrack if he didn't know with 100% certainty that the Liberals would follow along with it, as if he didn't already have a deal with them, or if he didn't already know, because Mark Carney may have told him that he was willing to make a deal, or simply because it's very clear as day that since we know and everybody agrees that these polls right here are bad, right? These are not the current, what we're seeing now is weeks. Already we know it's a week old, right? We haven't seen the numbers for tomorrow. We know that this is old data. We knew that this data at this time was skewed and wasn't correct. And we know that new data has come out that proves that this is probably not correct. And even then, if we look at it, what was going on at the time, it wasn't even that good. The chance of winning the election still gave way to the CPC. They had over a 60%, well over a 60% chance of winning the election, while the Liberals here only had a 37% chance here. And so it's pretty clear to me that if these numbers get updated with what they show in the federal polls right here tomorrow, these numbers that we just saw are going to change drastically. They're going to go back down, simply, literally just because of these two polls right here, and the high that people were smoking on specifically this poll right here, the Leger poll here. There was the Ecos poll here. This one was one that came out at the perfect time that people started to believe the Ecos polls. Now we see another Ecos poll where apparently they've gained 3 points over that period of time, while the same two other people who polled at the exact same time, who released within 2 days of each other, say that instead of gaining, they actually fell points by 5 points. Instead of gaining 3 points, they fell. So the discrepancy there is 8 points between these two on a 2-week poll. Somebody's going to be wrong. It's just a matter of somebody has to be wrong. It's not like the margin of error for these polls is 3%. So even if within the margin of error, there's still a 6% gap. Even if you give 3% to each one, there's still a 4 to 5% gap of total garbage. So the polls are going to shift how that looks. And I think that as soon as that happens, the tune of the Liberals is going to change from we're going into an election to let's make a deal with the NDP to see if we can keep this going, to see if we can get Mark Carney to learn more French before we go into a goddamn election. And maybe he wants to show people how it's done or what he plans to do. And it wouldn't be the first time that we had an unelected prime minister with no seat sitting in the House of Commons, not calling an election. The only precedent for there ever being someone with no seat is that he didn't call an election. So the precedent that everyone is calling that, oh, we're heading into one with no evidence, it's hard to quantify. So that's why I'm balls deep on Polymarket. But yeah, leaving this open, but I think I'll post this on Twitter, on Polymarket, and see if we can get people to join up. Oh, okay, I see how to switch the tabs. All right, very nice. I can switch that nice and easy. Okay, we got this guy on Polymarket. He says, Carney scheduling the election right away seems like a no-brainer. It could be in October. Though given the recent momentum, he'd be an idiot not to schedule it sooner. Someone's going to have this market wrong. Read the rules for fuck's sake. All right, what's the rules? Wait. Okay. Sorry, I almost forgot to read this, and I almost shit the bed because I thought this was. But it's before April. Like this is a clear. It's clearly in the rules. I'm not losing it. So what does he mean? What do you mean reading it wrong? I mean, people are going live on pump.fun. You can go live on Polymarket. Unlimited. Sorry, people are asking which hotel to go to in Vegas. What's that other fucking hotel in Vegas that I went to? I forgot. Keep forgetting it. That Fontainebleau. There you go. My laptop's gonna die. I'm gonna save this video for later. This shit failed. Might have to do this again later tonight. Goodbye, everyone. 13-minute live stream.